Have you ever wondered if loving your child too much could actually hurt them? It sounds strange, but the truth is, giving them everything they want might not be the best way to raise them into strong, capable adults. In today's world, many parents believe that their job is to shield their children from struggle. They think comfort equals love, but what if comfort, when given without limits, creates weakness instead of strength? The ancient Stoics believe that adversity is the best teacher. They understood that struggle is not something to be feared, it's something to be embraced. Think about it. If a child never faces discomfort, how will they learn resilience? If they never fail, how will they develop perseverance? By making life too easy, we unintentionally rob them of the ability to handle challenges on their own. So, before you rush to remove every obstacle in your child's path, ask yourself, am I helping them grow, or am I making them dependent? Stay with me until the end of this video, because the final point is something most parents never think about, but it might be the most important lesson of all. What happens when a child grows up afraid to fail? They stop trying, they avoid challenges. They hesitate to take risks because they feel the shame of getting it wrong. But here's the truth. Failure is not the enemy. It's the path to growth. Imagine a child who is never allowed to lose a game or make a mistake. At first, they might feel confident, but as they grow older, reality will hit them hard. The world will not protect them from failure. If they haven't learned how to handle it, every setback will feel like a disaster. The Stoics believe that failure is simply feedback. It teaches us what works and what doesn't. Instead of protecting your child from failure, teach them how to face it. Encourage them to try new things, even if they don't succeed at first. Show them that mistakes are not something to be feared, they are something to be learned from. Because a child who understands this will grow into an adult who never lets fear hold them back. Have you ever noticed how some people blame everything but themselves? The weather, their boss, the government, someone or something is always responsible for their problems. Now imagine raising a child who grows up thinking this way. What kind of life will they have? The Stoics believe that complaining is useless. It changes nothing. Worse, it makes people feel powerless. A child who constantly complains learns to focus on what's wrong instead of what they can do to make things better. Instead of looking for solutions, they wait for someone else to fix their problems. But life doesn't work that way. So, instead of allowing the habit of complaining to take root, teach your child a better way. The next time they say, "This isn't fair," or "Why does this always happen to me?" ask them, "What can you do about it?" This small shift in thinking changes everything. It turns them from a victim into someone who takes control of their life. And that is one of the greatest lessons you can ever give them. What happens when a child grows up always seeking approval? They become prisoners of other people's opinions. They shape their actions based on what others think, not what they truly believe. And the worst part, they never feel truly free. The Stoics taught that true confidence comes from within, not from the praise of others. If a child is raised to constantly seek validation, whether from parents, teachers, or friends, they will struggle to make independent choices. They will fear disappointing people more than they fear living a life that isn't true to themselves. Instead of teaching children to chase approval, show them the power of self-respect, praise effort, not just results. Encourage them to trust their judgment instead of looking for constant reassurance. When they learn to value their own opinions over the fleeting approval of others, they gain something priceless inner strength that no amount of criticism can shake. Have you ever heard a child say, "That's not fair"? It's a natural reaction, but here's the hard truth: life isn't fair, and it never will be. The sooner a child understands this, the stronger they become. Many parents try to create a world where everything is equal, where no one loses, and where every effort is rewarded. But reality doesn't work that way. Sometimes people work hard and still fail. Sometimes good people face bad situations. If a child grows up expecting life to always be fair, they will struggle when reality doesn't match their expectations. The Stoics taught that fairness is not guaranteed, but resilience is a choice. Instead of telling children that life will always be just, teach them to focus on what they can control: effort, attitude, and response. When they stop expecting fairness and start preparing for challenges, they will face life with strength, not disappointment. What makes a person truly happy? Is it money, success, recognition? Many people spend their whole lives chasing these things, only to feel empty once they get them. If a child grows up believing that happiness comes from the outside, they will always be searching but never truly satisfied. The Stoics understood that real happiness comes from within. External things, money, praise, possessions, are temporary. They can be taken away in an instant. But inner strength, wisdom, and a sense of purpose, those can never be lost. Teach your child that happiness isn't found in what they own or how others see them. Instead, show them how to find joy in learning and growth and becoming a better person. Because when they understand this, they will never feel lost, no matter what life takes away from them. One of the hardest truths in life is this: one day you won't be there for your child. It's painful to think about, but it's the reality of life. If a child grows up believing that you will always be there to solve their problems, they will never learn to stand on their own. Many parents, out of love, do everything for their children, solving their issues, making their decisions, shielding them from discomfort. But what happens when life forces them to be alone? If they've never learned independence, they will struggle. They won't know how to handle adversity because they were never given the chance to do so. The Stoics believed in preparing for life's challenges, not avoiding them. Instead of making your child dependent on you, teach them self-reliance. Give them responsibilities. Let them solve problems on their own. Show them that they have the strength to face the world, even without you. Because the greatest gift you can give them isn't your constant presence, it's the ability to thrive without it. We all want the best for our children. We want to protect them, guide them, and give them a good life. But sometimes what we don't give them is just as important as what we do. Let's quickly recap the 7 things you should never give your children. 1. Unlimited comfort, it weakens them. 2. Fear of failure, it holds them back. 3. The habit of complaining, it makes them powerless. 4. The desire for constant approval, it takes away their freedom. 5. The idea that life is always fair, it sets them up for disappointment. 6. The belief that happiness comes from external things, it leads to emptiness. 7. The expectation that you will always be there, it stops them from becoming strong. The greatest gift you can give your child is wisdom, strength, resilience. Teach them how to face life with courage instead of shielding them from its realities. because in the end, a child who learns these lessons will grow into an adult who's truly free. Which of these lessons do you think is the most important? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this video valuable, don't forget to like and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom. Thanks for watching.